Some people never raise their voice. They don't shout. They don't insult you outright. They smile. They sound calm. Sometimes they even sound kind. And yet, when the conversation ends, something inside you feels smaller. You replay what was said. The words seemed harmless. The tone was steady. So why do you feel dismissed? Undermined? Quietly reduced? Because what you experienced wasn't an accident. People who like to put others down rarely look aggressive. In fact, they often appear confident, intelligent, even admirable. They don't need to announce superiority, they suggest it. A passing comment about your idea, a joke that lands just a little too sharp, a mistake casually resurfaced, and before you realize it, you're questioning yourself instead of them. This behavior isn't driven by strength. It's driven by insecurity that learned how to survive by disguising itself as confidence. At some point, often early in life, these individuals learned that being themselves wasn't enough to feel safe. Love was conditional, praise depended on performance, comparison was constant, so instead of developing self-worth internally, they learned to measure it externally. They learned position, rank, and status, and adulthood didn't erase that lesson, it refined it. Putting others down becomes a way to regulate their inner discomfort. Not because they enjoy hurting people, but because for a brief moment they feel steadier, less exposed, more in control. When they highlight someone else's flaw, they escape their own. That relief never lasts. So the behavior repeats, the comments return. The subtle dominance continues, not because you keep failing, but because they keep needing reassurance. They often disguise this behavior as honesty. I'm just being real. I'm just trying to help. I'm just telling the truth. But real honesty doesn't diminish people, and real help doesn't leave you feeling ashamed. What's happening? Beneath the surface is a quiet power exchange. By correcting you, they regain a sense of control. By undermining you, they distract from their own vulnerability. Silence feels threatening to them because silence forces self-reflection, and self-reflection is uncomfortable when confidence is fragile. This is why emotional independence unsettles them. Someone who doesn't react. Someone who doesn't explain, someone who doesn't shrink. That presence disrupts the entire dynamic, because dominance only works when someone agrees to feel below. Now here's what matters most. Understanding this psychology does not mean excusing it. Empathy does not require self-erasure when you repeatedly absorb subtle put-downs. Something dangerous happens. You begin to hesitate before speaking. You edit your thoughts. You internalize criticism that was never constructive. Over time, your self-trust erodes quietly, not in dramatic moments, but in small, invisible ways. So the shift begins when you stop personalizing behavior that was never about you. Their words are not a reflection of your value. They are a reflection of their unmet needs. Observation weakens the pattern. Reaction feeds it. The stronger your internal anchor becomes, the less their comments land, not because you become numb, but because you become rooted. And hear us the truth most people never hear. People who genuinely like themselves do not enjoy making others feel small. They don't need to. Their worth isn't built through comparison, it's built through presence. So when you stop asking, "What did I do wrong?" and start asking, "What is this really about?" the power shifts quietly, without conflict. No confrontation, no explanation, no performance, just clarity. Because the most unsettling thing for someone who needs to feel above others is someone who no longer agrees to feel below. And once you see this pattern clearly, it loses its grip. Your presence does not need to be earned. Your voice does not need permission. Your worth does not need comparison. The most powerful response to someone who tries to put you down is standing fully in who you are, without apology, without explanation, and without leaving yourself behind.